Hey, it's Crypto Bobby, and today Bitcoin is making a move upwards. You can see on the charts right now. Wanted to just pop in and make this quick video to talk about some of the crazy price action that's happened in the past 2 hours, with Bitcoin going up from about a little under $5,700 to pushing up on $6,000 for the first time ever. So right now, pretty much at all-time highs for Bitcoin. So what does this mean? What's happening? And looking at a little bit of real-time analysis as I'm recording this right now, might even hit over $6,000. So that could be pretty damn cool to watch and to see. And hopefully, if Bitcoin does hit $6,000, that's going to take a lot of resistance away. And then we might see an additional run up significantly past $6,000. We'll have to wait and see, or if we're just going to push up against $6,000 and pump down or drop down a little bit. But right now, in the past 2 hours here, as we look at it, if we want to measure this, or really in the past 3 hours, Bitcoin is up about 6% in two to 3 hours, which is pretty incredible. Sitting at all-time highs right now at this exact moment, just a hair under $6,000 and coming pretty close to breaking it. So I'll have to see if that wall is able to be pulled down, or alternatively, if we are going to, I'll pop over to GDAX here real quick, see if we're going to be able to break down this wall, or if alternatively, if we're going to push up against that, and that's not going to happen so much. Previously, about 30 minutes or so ago, Bitcoin was back up to this level and got stuck here at about $5,996, sold back all the way down to about $5,950. We'll see if that happens again, or alternatively, if this wall at $6,000 gets reduced, just breaks down, and then Bitcoin shoots way up in real time towards 6,100, 6,200, maybe beyond. We'll have to see what happens here. If you are new to the channel, guys, my name is Rob from Crypto Bobby. I do daily recorded videos on the subject of cryptocurrency, as well as live crypto happy hours. So today, I think, the big news obviously is going to be what's going to happen with Bitcoin if it breaks through this. We have about $3 left, $3.50 left. What happens if it builds up another $3.50 to break over $6,000? What is that going to mean for Bitcoin as it continues to move upwards, and what is that going to mean for the altcoins? Is money going to bleed out of the altcoins? And is this all just in anticipation of the Bitcoin SegWit 2X fork, as well as the Bitcoin Gold fork? I think this is more of in my opinion, I think a lot of people are buying into Bitcoin right now based upon the desire to get the Bitcoin SegWit 2X crypto, whatever we want to call this, to the desire to get the Bitcoin SegWit 2X hard fork. And then I think what is going to potentially happen after that is what you're going to see with Bitcoin Cash, where a lot of people got free Bitcoin Cash and just flipped that right back into Bitcoin, and that in turn lifted the price of Bitcoin after the hard fork throughout the month of August. So I think we might potentially see growth in in two ways right now, trading into the fork as Bitcoin moves, as people continue to acquire Bitcoin in hope of gaining both Bitcoin Gold as well as Bitcoin SegWit 2X, or the B2X, whatever we want to call it. I think the 2X coin is going to be a lot more potentially valuable than the Bitcoin Gold. I don't see that as that big of a deal personally, but I think people basically want free crypto, and then they're going to use that and buy back into Bitcoin, or buy back into some of the altcoins with that free money that they're essentially basically getting a dividend from Bitcoin, which is in a lot of ways pretty cool if Core stays kind of as the primary driver of the market here. So that's really what I'm looking at kind of in real time, is thinking about why are people buying Bitcoin right now, or why are people moving from altcoins into Bitcoin? And I think a lot of that has to do with the fork. Also, a lot of new money, getting a lot of exposure from the external media, things like that are driving the price. And then there's going to be a kind of a constant fear of missing out cycle after this hits over. If and when this hits over $6,000, I think you're going to see even more FOMO into the space. And then following that, what I'm planning to do with any of the forked coins that I get, be it Bitcoin Gold or be it B2X, SegWit2X, I'm just going to probably flip that back immediately into Bitcoin. And I feel like a lot of other people are going to be doing that as well, which may drive up the price of, if a lot of people are trying to buy back into Bitcoin, that could alternatively drive up the price a little bit more as well. So we'll have to see what ends up happening there. In the meantime, the thing that I'm looking at right now as I'm looking at this depth chart on GDAX is, are we going to be able to break through that level of that wall at $6,000? And if so, I think that's going to kind of open up the floodgates and you're going to see a pretty big market movement. If we fail to break through the $6,000, which had one small run at it in the past hour or so and just had another one as we saw real time, got up to $5,996, and we've been pushed back a little bit. Is this going to continue to happen, or are we going to just make a movement back downwards? We'll have to see what ends up happening there. Personally, I was actually thinking about this the other night, but I almost think it's a somewhat interesting strategy to play, is kind of selling at this range right here, and looking into buying back at, let's say, $6,000.05 or something like that, because after it hits that $6,000, I think that's going to continue to rock it up. But there could be a little bit, that wall at $6,000, I feel like there's a lot of trading action that people could make off of that. And as something goes up against that $6,000, gets denied, drops down a little bit, gives more people an opportunity to kind of ride that up. So it's this type of price action and this level of, let's say, resistance at the $6,000 mark, this wall, I think is pretty fascinating to watch in real time. So it'll be interesting too from the perspective of when this video is recorded. I typically get things up pretty quick, but things can change in the course of 20 minutes or so. So you might be watching this video shortly after I record this, and we could be well above $6,000, or we could be below $5,900. I think both are pretty realistic possibilities based upon the aggressive movement upwards that Bitcoin has had in the past 2 hours or so. So it'll be fascinating to watch. I think these charts are going to be pretty incredible and fun to see over the next couple of hours. So I would definitely keep an eye on that. Outside of that, guys, I just wanted to pop in and do a quick update on this incredible Bitcoin movement up in the past 2 hours and this push to $6,000. If we can hit that, that'll be fantastic. It'll be a really, really nice, I think, concerted move upwards following that $6,000 resistance and plowing through that. If not, I'm not too worried one way or another. We'll have to continue to see what ends up happening there. But if you have any price predictions, if you have any thoughts on whether or not we're going to break this $6,000 mark and have a significant move upwards, or if alternatively, if you think that this is going to be the start of a potential move down, I'd be interested in hearing it in the comments below. Thanks so much for your time today, guys. Rob from Crypto Bobby signing out. Peace.